You know what I'm saying?
It took a minute, right?
Good. Yes, sir. Good to have you on the show, first of all, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely good to get in some FaceTime with you, man. Like, yeah, I've been
Absolutely.
a fan of the way you work for a long time, bro. So, yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. Well, let me go ahead real quick, though. I know you're a Warriors fan, right?
I try to be. I try to be. I'll tell you what.
Well, how you feel about Jimmy Butler on the squad?
I'll tell you what, man. Those first two games were looking good. Like, they played strong against Dallas last night, and took an L. But like, it was, I like to see them competitive. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that they're kind of like back in the mix, bro. It was really hard. They were like 12-3, and then they went to like 16-17 from 12-3. I was like, I don't know, man. This is a tough one, but. Win, lose, or draw. Like, I'm not a fair weather, fan. Like, I watch them when they're terrible too. So, like, but it's been a tough couple of years. They're always on the bubble, just in that play-in game, and they just never get it done. So, I like Butler. I think it's going to be some exciting basketball coming down the stretch, and hopefully they lock in a playoff spot. You know what I'm saying?
So let's go ahead right quick, man. You've been on a lot of cards in your career, right?
Yeah.
Matt, I'm trying to get the psyche of all you battle rappers. Shout out to Chilla Jones, Kenny, TBL. April 12th, April 13th, Houston, Texas, right? Apollo card. Have you ever been on a card like this?
Bro, like on paper, this is the craziest card to ever happen, bro. Just I've been on some great cards, the Bay card with the one Jonai and Disaster. That was Back to Basics or 3 or something like that. It wasn't Battle of the Bay. It was like a Back to Basics with the BAY in it. That was like Joe Nye and Disaster, Daylight and QP, Caustic and Big K. So like anytime you get a card that's like top to bottom, you're like, oh wow, like the people on the bottom of this flyer are headliners. Those are special, you know what I mean? But this one is just the volume of it, to have 30 battles that literally could headline any event all year long is ridiculous to me. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a card like this. Nah, especially a 2-day. That's wild.
Yeah, that's 2-day event, right? Because King of the Dot has been infamous for 2-day events and everything. They've given us a lot of classic events also. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, they've done their job over the years. I mean, have set the bar in terms of 2-day events.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
The last two, Blackout, the Pat Stay event, like just amazing experiences, bro. So yeah, like I think anytime you do it, it's such a cultural moment too, that like just to be there for that weekend and like there's nothing you want to miss. Like I might, my legs, I know my feet, my legs by the end of this weekend are just gonna be destroyed, bro. Like yeah.
So let's go ahead, man. I felt like when the full announcement of the battles came out, right, and we saw MadFlex versus JC, if you're a diehard battle rap fan, you kind of said to yourself, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I felt like I did a show with my guy Smo and my brother Lang. We felt the same way. I interviewed Chilla Jones. He felt the same way, obviously booking the battle, right? So when you got off of JC, what was your initial thoughts, though?
JC and I, we've had moments where we were trying to book a long time ago. There's a lot of people that wanted to see this one just because we're both kind of very unique in terms of the way we write. Right. I don't think you can really compare anyone to him. I don't think you can really compare anyone to me. Like, so to see that style clash of two people who really take their craft seriously, but in very different ways and just kind of attack differently. I think it's always been kind of something people were trying to check out. And I think for this to be the stage and the platform, for me, it works, really well. I got a lot of respect for JC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he very much, I can't take away what he's done. Right. So there's no point in me trying to do that. So, the stars align this time, and it's like, for it to be on this card, I think it's going to be special. Not only special, I think it's going to be a standout battle, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know me, 3. Like, and let me say this to you too, bro. Because like, you're one of very few vloggers that I don't feel like has like want to be at the cool table energy. Like, you call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people will just make their opinions based on who they like.
Right.
but like let me say, I really do appreciate
I
the fact
appreciate that, brother. I
giving
appreciate
me
that.
some love when I wasn't watching. You know what I mean? Because a
Right.
lot of people would just like, bro, you've seen every single, like, I check things out because I like to gauge the pulse of things. 100% of people got me losing to JC 2-1. 100%. And to me, bro,
Uh,
I love it, bro.
okay.
Because none of these vloggers understand what it feels like to be in a room with me, bro. They just don't know. And I can't be mad because it's their job to have, they want to have a say in people's
Right.
success. And like, so for you to be, on a level of showing love like for a long time, I've appreciated, bro. So
I
let me say
appreciate that,
that.
brother.
All right,
I
bro.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. Let me
Yeah.
ask you though. You and JC, is there similarities, MadFlex, with you guys? Do you feel?
I think we've over the years we've had pacing. It's kind of similar in the fact that we work very deliberately. I think both of us kind of like, you got to hang on or you might miss something, but also
Yes.
we're going to give you your payoffs. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think both of us have that kind of the potential to kind of land punches out of nowhere, but also to kind of like you got to hang on for dear life with this one. You know what I mean? Because I'm not just going to feed this to you in a way that you're going to, you're just going to process it immediately. It's not fast food. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
I think that's kind of the similarity between us. But I also think, with 500 people in the crowd, you can't go crazy on that. You got to give them what they want. And
Yeah.
so like I'm feeling like and I'm 13 years into the game at this point.
Rich.
I know what to do here. I'm not a rookie. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna get the job done. So yeah, I love the battle. I like, he's obviously a great matchup for me and for anybody. And yeah, I'm gonna be ready to go for sure.
You know what's interesting about this battle, MadFlex? The fact that we're not gonna catch everything on first watch with you guys. Every battle's like that, right? You can argue every battle's like that, right? But there's certain battles that and certain battle rappers that that I missed that. Damn, I ain't know Flex said that. The second, third watch is when you catch that. And I think you and JC, you guys are both you gentlemen are definitely gonna deliver.
Sometimes, yeah, but you know what else though? Like I think if you watch my last several battles, like
Yes,
Johnny Storm,
Holmesy,
Bill
yes,
Collector, Mike P,
yes,
like Jay the Nightwing, Holmesy,
classic.
like I'm I'm not I'm not trying to be as like I'm starting to realize that I'm like, you know what? I want to be in the middle ground of I don't want to leave crowds behind because I owe the crowd something. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like
right.
I don't want to be so intricate and crazy that I don't give people what they want. And I think over my last 3 years of battle, I've been in that headspace. And so like I'm giving people what they want. I'm giving these easy, you saw the Airbnb shit. And like so for me to kind of like leave the crowd behind, I'm kind of doing myself a disservice. And I've noticed that over, many years back. And I'm like, all right, let me just kind of like let me give some people what they want. And so I think people still look at me as being this really intricate writer, but I've had a lot of success in recent times of like, all right, like I'm doing exactly what people want while still maintaining the style that I like to do. So and it catches people off guard because now it's like here I am 5 battles straight of just like, oh shit, battle of the night again and again. Like, what do you want from me, bro? Like I'm just like, I don't know what else I could give you. If you're still in the past thinking, and that's the thing, you see a lot of people just still talking like you are who you were. I'm like, bro, come check it out. Come see what happened. That's I pick up game in life. I don't sit on my hands and just like stay the person that I was. Like I'm always evolving, bro. I'm a student of the game. So, and that's worked out really well for me, especially recently. Like, I still think Jay the Nightwing is the best. I think that's the best battle to happen in the last 5 years, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah, I love you and Jay, man. That was
such a good battle,
phenomenal, man.
bro. And
That
I've
was
got so much
phenomenal.
respect for him, bro. Like he's such a like the way he writes, it just takes a special kind of brain, bro. Like he's really out here doing shit. He's playing chess. So yeah, I fuck with Jay. He's a good friend of mine, man. So like
Uh-oh. Get Flex back in. Did I lose him? Let's see. We come back in. Hold up. Let's see. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, there we go.
that's my bad.
You good?
I gotta get this in the do not disturb.
Nah, you good. You good.
Do not disturb.
Gotcha. It's cool. It's cool.
Okay. Yo, you hear me okay?
Yeah, you good. I can hear. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you either. Hold on.
Oh, so all right, go ahead and come back in. Yeah, go ahead and come back in. Right, let's get you back up there right quick. Yeah.
Yo, that's my bad. You hear me?
You good, brother. You good.
Yeah, I got a call and it kicked out my microphone. Let me get
let me ask you a question. When people talk about underappreciated battle rappers in this culture, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel your name is on that list?
Well, I mean, like I was talking about this earlier. Like I don't think I'm unappreciated. Like I get a lot of love, man. I was, top 20, top 15 Cotty. I've been a battle rap. I've been a battler of the year candidate with King of the Dot several times. Me and Jay won battle of the year for King of the Dot. I feel like the accolades for me, I won a championship that I kept for 5 defense. Like, appreciated is not the right word. It's
all right.
The views are low. And I say this a lot because I feel like one thing I'm learning to have ownership over is the fact that, like, people want you to be just like them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my problem is that I'm too hood for the dorks and I'm too dorky for the hood. You know what I mean? And for me, like, I fought that for a long time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm very niche. Because when you're in the middle, then neither side really wants to rock with you like that. And so, like, I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, if that's the hand that I have to play, and I never become Sue Surf, I never become Tay Rock, it doesn't mean that if Tay Rock or Sue Surf stood in front of me, they would not have blood in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the way that I look at this is I've been doing it so long that nobody scares me, bro. Like, I'm like literally when I walk into a room with these guys, their energy doesn't like scare me at all. I'm like, this is my shit, I walk into rooms confident. I don't play around with these people. And so, like, that's like, if you look at the end interviews of all the people that I battle, they're like, damn, that was a fucking fight. Watch Bill Collector talking about me. Watch Jay the Nightwing talking about after the battle. Like, all these, like, because like people want to play like it's sweet with me, and it's a fight with me, bro. Like, I'm not one of these dudes that walks into the lion's den and gets nervous. Like, I get, I'm ready to go. And so when you see that live, it's like, then all of a sudden people are like, damn, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know it was like that. But the popularity aspect makes people think so highly of other people that you don't necessarily, it doesn't even cross their mind to think about what's going on with you because they're so busy. Like right now, JC has 60,000 more followers than I do. So after this battle, there's going to be a huge number of people that say JC 2-1 no matter what I do. And that's okay. And I've learned to figure that out and be like,
gain some of his fans.
Well, that was some, right? But I can't, but not all, and not even a massive. It's a slow game in this shit, bro. Like, because when you beat, or not even beat, but if you give them a fight or whatever, you're gonna pick up some fans, and then you're gonna slowly kind of, build. But one battle, it very rarely just puts you on the map. Like, damn, like if I beat the fuck down JC's leg, then the shit down JC's leg, then people aren't gonna necessarily say I'm top tier. They're just gonna say I had a good day because the narrative plays out so slow in this shit, bro. So, like, I know how this goes, which is why I've resigned myself to just being like, I'm gonna do this when I want, the way that I want. And the second I step in that fucking, in a pit with somebody, they're in trouble, bro. And you better have some. You have to.
You have to,
bro. I'm a dog out here. How many times do I have to prove it? Right. So I'm not an easy out. And I think that's all I really want to accomplish in this. Cause I know people have told me time and time again that I'm not allowed to have success out here. So, for me, I'm like, it has to come from my own source of what success looks like. And I've done that and I'm happy with it. I get to do art, in a way that gets me paid. Right. And what more can I do?
You put a tweet out there. You said a lot of people who are considered the greatest battlers on this planet will not leave this earth catalog, better catalog than mine. Yeah. I'm complete at peace with that. I give to this culture. And I guess you kind of self-explain what you just said right now.
Exactly. Right.
With that
well,
tweet.
I mean, like, bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I love being a part of this culture. Interviews like this, I love it because I love it for me. I love it for you. I love that you
me too.
get to
Absolutely.
kind of step into the world on your own terms. You know what I mean? I get to step in it. Like it's universally kind of like for everybody to have a say in it and to have a place in it and to be able to battle. It's like all of us are in this together. So I appreciate being a part of this, to be a small piece of this big puzzle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
and on the other hand, I also feel very much like the competitive aspect of it, it gets kind of skewed in the favor of like the chickens running the coop sometimes. You know what I mean? Like all the wrong people have all the right power. So I'm kind of like, you know, if we're gonna celebrate people who are constantly choking and they're like, I'm all about quality, bro. I'm about justice and quality. So it's like when people come out and they shit the bed over and over and over again and they continue to get love, I'm like, that's just about the fact that they look at you and they've decided that they like you as a person. And there comes a point where you don't have to be a quality battle rapper. That's what I'm saying when I say, you know, my catalog, when you look back at what I've done over 50 battles, there is never a day that I phoned it in. The only 2 times that I had struggles in my entire battle rap career, and this is the unfortunate part of it, and this is what we're talking about, is that the only 2 times I had slip ups was against Geechee Gotti and Chilla Jones. And it happened because both of my parents got cancer. And so I had to, and it happened in the third round both times because I was in this position where like literally, I don't know if you've seen that A Ward battle, you know, like the third round, that my third round against A Ward. And if you really want to understand like where I come from, that round is the one to watch.
Why? Because heartfelt, how heartfelt it is, right?
Exactly. And how honest it is. Like literally, like, you know, there was a, you know, days the radiation didn't work, but the Heimlich did. Like that when the build to that, that's honest my life, bro. Like my dad ended up with throat cancer and he was choking so bad that I had to give him the Heimlich while he passed out. And my dad's like, if you're not there, I don't know what happens, you know? Like and there's a lot of levels of that, of those 2 battles kind of determining for me, like, oh, you know, what a bad time to slip. But at the same time, bro, that's my mom and my dad, bro.
Absolutely.
And I'm not like, so if I have to sacrifice wins over Geechee, because at the end of the battle against Geechee, when I slipped, he's like, I needed that, bro. I needed that slip because he knew he was in a dogfight. And it's like, and that's one of the best in the world, bro. So, you know, to me, I'm looking at this all and I'm like, if me to be on the top of the battle rap mountain is not in the cards, I don't care, man. Because no matter what, I promise you, on any given day, I can knock somebody off that mountain, man. I promise you, man. So that's been the journey for me. And I don't mind it, bro. Cause like obviously I'm gonna choose what I chose 10 times out of 10, bro.
Right.
So
how many rounds? I mean, excuse me, time limit for you and JC? Is that 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think all of them, right? Because I think they're moving. They're moving quick. I mean, how do you not, bro? You can't have like a bunch of 4-minute round battles, like, bro. We'll get out of there. Damn. Yeah. 2 minutes.
Is that enough for you, though?
Say it again.
Is that enough for you and JC? You think to get
a lot of? So I'll tell you what.
But you said that though.
I like it. I like it that it's gonna force me to work fast. You know what I'm saying? Because like I actually really do enjoy taking my time. Obviously, JC is very much a build up kind of battle rapper too. But like getting to work quick, I think for both of us is gonna make for some great content. Because I don't think either one of us can just like ease our way through 2 minutes of material and not. And you know, because all of a sudden when you get going, you're gonna get cut off. It's like, nope, you got to get to work, bro. So I actually like the challenge of it because I'm not a real punchline battler in the sense of my delivery, but I got punches though, right? Like, I mean, I can land shit. My content is very much like shit that I can make crowds react to. I just have to deliver it quickly. So it's going to be a challenge. Like, but I did that 2-minute rounds. Like that whole King of the Dot tournament was 2-minute rounds. There was a time I was doing only 2-minute rounds for like 2 years.
Well, I think you lost the bill, right? In the tourney, in the semifinals, right? You lost the bill.
That's what they said.
I like that, man. I like that, brother.
You could watch. Hey, you could watch the battle back, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I was freestyling at his corner. the content that I had was like nuanced and layered, and I like Bill. I'm not gonna sit here and convince you that I beat Bill Collector.
Right.
I love him, and I'm not gonna take away his success. I'm glad he got that money. But what I will say is that I never stood a chance in that battle in terms of public opinion. People love Bill, and I was never I mean, you saw it from jump. They
Right.
had him pegged as the winner. That's the shit that I'm talking about in terms of that, like, I want to be down kind of energy in terms of people watching from the outside, because
Right.
Bill
Right.
does
Right.
what he
Right.
does. Bill does what he does really fucking well. I love Bill. And in that moment, they decided that he was allowed to be special and I was not, because I, like, if you watch that battle and what I did, I got a lot of things right, man, and nobody gave a fuck. So, and so be it. You know, like that's, you know, I took a year off after that just to process the fact that I'm like, I have to kind of do this on my own terms, because to tell you the truth, like, I thought I got all 3 rounds. I didn't think it was close, and a bunch of people after the battle were like, you know, that that looked like a 30 to me, because he was doing his thing, but I was not I was not slacking at all. So, um, I don't look back on it and have regrets because Bill won. I think Bill needed to win that battle, because that really was something that worked well for him. He was always going to kind of be really deep in the trenches of battle rap, and you know, he's going to be in the spaces and he's going to be deep in it. And with me, I'm kind of like, all right, if this doesn't work out and they decide that I don't win this battle, then the play is Bill. Like, and I said that at the end of the battle, Bill's the play, and we can both exist here. But at the end of the day, if Bill is going to be the guy that they want to carry this torch for battle rap, then I'm happy to step aside and let him be that person, because he deserves it. He works as hard as anybody, and but watch the battle back and think about it. You know what I mean? Just like, if you watch that battle back and think about the fact that, like, I showed up, I had to leave the fucking hospital to be in that battle, and I was really proud that I was able to do that, because um I got out of that battle and I was super relaxed, because I was like, I got that shit. Like, I got it. And then when all of a sudden it was like, you didn't, it's like, oh, okay, that's how it goes. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So
You said you took a year off battle rap, right?
yeah.
Did you need that mentally? Was that a good was that good for you to take a
Yeah.
year off?
Yeah. Because, like, I think here's the thing, and I think I heard Mike P talking about this a little bit. Like, so many people want to have a say in your success in battle rap, that, like, there's always people that have something negative. Bro, think about the best battle rappers on the planet. Every single one of them is miserable in terms of the way they process crowds. It's like, what? Man, fuck you. I didn't even, like, everyone feels like we're all out here, like, people just talking shit about us, and even the best in the world, like, just hate, like, a lot of the interactions they have with people, because so many people just, like, want to tell them about themselves in a negative way. And when you just think about, like, man, like, to process that over and over and over again, and to be in a position where I gave a year of my life to that
Right.
tournament, bro.
Right.
I
Right.
ran
Right.
through it. Like, I was the #1 seed in the West. You know,
Yeah,
I
you
came out,
was.
had a great one with Johnny Storm to move to the final 8, and then I showed up against Bill Collector, and I prepped my fucking guts up. Bro, I was working, just trying to get my shit, and I'm okay. Make sure Bill's gonna fucking wild out, so make sure you talk to
Right.
the crowd and make sure you perform well. Like, I'm checking my boxes, and I came out there easy. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna give him a fight, and nobody, like, needed it. They needed Bill, and I think when I recognize that, there's a lot of things and a lot of people in my life that make me feel appreciated, that make me feel loved, that look at me as a person that's not just a puzzle piece of battle rap that's kind of expendable. They look at me and they see the value and how hard I have to work to make these things look easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's been why I had to take a little bit of a break, and it did me a lot of good, because now I'm at much more peace, and I just show up to battle rap when I want to kill something, you know, like, and I
Hey.
like that, because now I'm not looking at other people for validation anymore. I'm not trying to make believers. I'm just, and which is why I say to you, man, like, I do appreciate you giving me a shot when I wasn't looking, and showing me love, because even when I hear people like, you know, some of the LTBR guys and
Yes.
some, like, they're looking at me like they have a read on who I am, because they're like, well, he's kind of mid-tier and he's kind of this. I'm like, are you sure? Are you watching that? Like, because I don't see these guys in rooms. I don't see these guys at events. I don't talk to these guys. So they look at me from the perspective of like a stranger that's just kind of like not main eventing URL events. But at the end of the day,
But
if you put me against a lot of guys that do, and I don't look like I don't belong there.
but I do know at LTBR they do rock with you though. I know a few of those brothers
No, I'm
they
not
rock with
saying.
you.
This is the thing. I say this to say that I fuck with LTBR heavy. I do.
Yeah, me too. It's family.
And I think people like Jay Smo, they do
That's
really
my guy.
good work. Yeah,
That's
they
my
do
guy.
good. They do good work, and they follow up. They have a lot of content, and you could tell they work very hard on it. And I think when I looked at like, okay, the top 7 blackout performances, my performance against Jay, and they had me at 7. And I'm like the 7th best of the weekend. And I'm watching some of the guys that they allowed to be higher,
Okay.
and they were writing their material the day before. And so I'm kind of like, if quality is not the play, and if like they're just looking at me, and if I'm not liked, then okay, like I don't need to be liked. I got a lot of fucking things in my life that I'm good with. So, I think that like that's been the story for me with them, because like sometimes I'm just like, man, they're really just like acting like I don't have a place here. And so as a whole, I fuck with them. I have some friends over there, and I think but I think that I've just learned to put the noise of like having these types of conversations. Are you underappreciated? Are you this? And it's always about that. It's never about, wait a second, this guy could really fucking give Sue Surf some problems. Like this guy could really give, because the narratives play out in a way where it's just like, that doesn't make any sense, because you have all these views and Flex is kind of like just doing his thing over a long period of time. And I just don't buy it, bro. Like, I never will not, I will never be in a position where it is easy to battle me, bro. Nobody that ever has stepped into the ring with me has ever thought, damn, that was just nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not no walk in no park. And I feel, to be honest with you, I feel you push people. Like, if the fans don't know, the media doesn't know, I think your peers know, or the guys that's going to battle you know. Like, JC's going into this battle. He knows the assignment. He knows what this is. He knows what this is. Both of you know what this is. You know what it is.
And I do too. I do too. I'm not, bro, I'm not naive out here. Like, because this is the thing too. I could not go to URL and beat Sue Surf. Never. He's too loved. He's too palatable. He's I could not prevent him from making a room explode, right? So given those conditions, right? Like I could not possibly fake like I have the brand that anybody that has a bigger brand, JC, like all these people have bigger brands than me. But if you put me in a room and you said, let's get in a fight one-on-one, my skill set compares to anybody. And I think that when that's the case, it's like, as long as I kind of play my hand in a way that's like, all right, show up to events like this where everybody's watching. I think for this event specifically for Apollo, this is very much like, all right, are you that guy or are you not? And let's find out. Let's find out. Because if I'm wrong and if I'm just delusional, then they're gonna get me the fuck out of there, right? Let's find out. Let's find out.
Talk to me about your Holmesy battle on iBattle.
Oh, it was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, like I like Holmesy a lot. Holmesy, like the thing about Holmesy that's so unique is that he knows how to land a punch in the right way. Like I think through that whole tournament that he did, everyone's like, oh, like it's almost like people can't figure him out because he can land punches very slick in a way that's like, all right, well, maybe he's not necessarily celebrated for his writing, but he's kind of like he is so consistent with landing punches that a lot of people are just like, wait a second, I don't even know how this guy's finding this success, but it's like I see it and I'm like, okay, he's saying exactly something that can resonate with a crowd in a way that can resonate with a crowd. And so he's a tough out. And I like that because I was like, okay, let me prepare for a guy like that. And I think the both of us having a fight like that, it made for a good 6 rounds, bro. It was like a really, really good battle, and the
It
crowd
was.
was into it. You know, when the crowd's into it, it's always a lot cooler. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, shouts to Holmesy, man. He was saying that he's done like 100 battles, and that was one of his top 10 that he liked. So I was like, I agree with that. That's definitely top 10 for me too. So yeah, that was a good one. That was a real good battle.
I feel like you and Real Sick have to have a conversation at some point.
Now, to tell you the truth, I don't know. Real Sick is like my brother. Like, I'm going to his wedding, you know. Like, it's, yeah,
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
not
my
gonna
guy,
happen.
bro.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, like there's some people in this culture that, like, not many, but like people that I'm like, that would probably be a little, I mean, because like, and also he's on a trajectory, right, that like it would have to take a stage kind of like this kind of stage where it's like, all right,
Yes.
we're gonna have a prom night kind of, you know, event where it's
Mm-hmm.
like we're just looking for fights, and it's just, but I think that he's ascended so quickly, and he's on this tear that I'm happy to kind of just watch him like be in the battles that at this point he's earned with, because like all the things that I was just talking about, he managed to figure out. This fool went from iBattle to kind of like
Yes.
finding these big stages and battling against people who like want to see other people win and still stealing those crowds. And so like I think they're like, what's left for him is, you know, Tay Rocks and like all these people that like want to
Sharon. I
get
want him and Sharon. Him and Sharon. I want
Sharon.
to see. Yes.
Him and Sharon is a good one too. Yeah,
I
like
want to
all,
see Sharon.
I mean, that's the thing with his style, is that it matches up with a lot of people, right? Like, I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
but
Yes. It does. It does. Yes. Yes.
but
Very much
it's
so.
interesting though, because the landscape of battle rap is a little bit confusing right now. Like all of a sudden, Chilla shows up and just fucking blows the roof off the place, and then you're looking at everything else, kind of like, now what? Like, what's your guys' move? What are we gonna do? So, like, I'm curious about what the landscape is going to look like, because that's going to unfold a lot of potential matchups for people like Real Sick. Because it's like this Ilmac one has been brewing in the cut like a long
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
that'll be like, to get that one out of the way, I think is going to be special, and I think a lot of eyes are going to be on that one. And then, you know, from there, there's, you know, I'd like to see, like, if I'm thinking about like a Real Sick battle, I'd like to see him against like an Averb, or, you know, because like they both have content that they're going to talk their way through, and yeah, like I think there's a lot of matches for him. I don't know. I don't imagine it'll be in the near year for us, or so, unless there's a
Right.
lot of money involved.
So how many times do you have battles lined up after JC or before JC?
Not right now. I've been taking it real slow. I mean, I have a battle in Miami that I had
Okay.
lined up, that kind of like, they're like, we're gonna reschedule this because like I just want to get to Miami. So
Right.
but beyond that, I think I've come to the point where I kind of like just stop and assess after every battle. I'm not just battling like the way that I used to. I used to do 9 battles a year, and like now I'm at the point where I'm like, you know, get a great battle out of the way. Like, you know, I got a few months to prep for this. I feel really good about my material already. I'm like, get this out of the way and then assess. You know, I've had, you know, a lot of offers, and I think it needs to make sense with what I want to do, and how I want the last several battles of my battle life to go. Like, I want to have important battles that people look at and they're like, all right, well, this is one of those ones. You know, I don't want blend into the background battles. So,
Right.
you know, we'll see what gets offered up.
All right. Well, my brother, we're definitely gonna talk, man, in Houston, man. I appreciate you taking your
Oh,
time
you
to rock,
already know.
brother. And, you know, I
You
think
out there, right?
yeah, I might pop out. I'm thinking about popping out because, you know, it's funny. I want to pop out, but I really want to sit and watch these battles, though, Flex. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't mind sitting and watch these battles all weekend by myself, locked in my dungeon, no woman around me, no kids, and just focus on these battles,
Feet
man.
kicked up. Just get your
Yeah,
feet
you know what I'm
kicked up.
saying? For real, brother. For real, for real. Flex, I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, man, every single time. So yeah, like let's definitely link up soon.
We'll definitely talk after the battle, though, brother.
You already know.
All right. Shout out to my guy, MadFlex, West Coast